Hey guys, Gotham Geek Girl here. I'm super excited to be here at San Diego Comic-Con 2024 with some of my favorite people at Aspen Comics. I am here with Marvel Studios founder, David Maisel. How are you?
I'm very excited, and I haven't felt this kind of excitement since we launched Iron Man.
Yeah, so you were a part of some major things, and now we're doing something super excited with Ekos. What can you tell us about the Kickstarter?
Absolutely. Ekos is a completely new entertainment and comic universe inspired by the legends Michael Turner and Geoff Johns. And it's the first new entertainment universe that I'm launching and producing since I came up with the idea for the MCU and launched Marvel Studios back in 2004, 20 years ago.
Iron Man started it all.
Yeah, Iron Man changed our lives. We brought Iron Man here to Comic-Con in 2007, and we showed people the Iron Man helmet, and everyone thought, whoa, that's cool. But till then, everyone thought it was a triathlon. They didn't even know that it was a superhero, really, only the true fans. And we have a new character, Krul, who's sort of our Iron Man of this universe. He's got the same cool vibe, and we're launching it this week here at Comic-Con. We launched with a Hollywood Reporter article on Monday, and then basically taking over the Comic-Con and showing people the world of Ekos.
Oh yeah, the marketing has been absolutely insane. Literally, like the badge tabs, everything was all Ekos. You guys did a great job. So if you know me, you know Michael Turner was like my favorite artist. It's always heartbreaking talking about him, but his work is still a legacy and has impacted not just hundreds but thousands of people. So super excited to be here with Aspen and to talk about this new project.
And actually, that's the reason I'm talking to you. This is my first interview on YouTube or anything like this ever since, I launched Marvel Studios and sold it to Disney. But when I was told about how much you have loved Michael's work for so long, that meant a lot. That's how I started. I started collecting his art at Comic-Con in 2007, and only recently came up with the idea for a universe inspired by his creations.
What's some of your favorite pieces of Michael's work? Like we talked about the Civil War.
That's okay. Civil War #1. We hired Michael when I was at Marvel to do our most important comic, which was Civil War in 2006, and it's such an iconic, beautiful piece of art that I wanted to collect that for years and years and years, and I finally was able to. So, and now we came out with an homage to it. This is our new characters, but in the same sort of position as Michael's Civil War. So it's sort of honoring what he did there, and also my heritage with Marvel.
So Ekos is based on the, we said, art creation of Turner. It's produced with you and Geoff Johns.
It's produced
Covers by Joe Quesada.
Yeah,
yes.
Joe, who is the chief creative officer of Marvel, is a longtime friend, and he wants to support this. So he's doing an amazing cover. And it's inspired by the work that Michael and Geoff Johns, who is the chief creative officer at DC, did a one-issue, 6-page Ekos preview at Pittsburgh Comic-Con in 2003. And then unfortunately, as you know, Michael did Soulfire and passed. And so we were inspired by that book that Michael and Geoff did, and all of the creations that Michael did with properties like Fathom and Soulfire. And this is the first time all the characters are coming together and interacting with this fresh new idea, and with this character Krul fully fleshed out. Like his powers, it looks like he's super strong and he's got wings like a flying squirrel, but his real superpower is a mystery, and it's one of the most proud things I have ever sort of put together and created. So I can't wait for the world to see that.
So what can fans expect? So you guys have this huge, amazing booth, special panel. The activation is 250 plus scanners and Volume 1. So wait, we can get Volume 1?
Yeah, so I'm going to launch this. I could have launched it directly as a movie. That's what I did at Marvel. And I love comics, and I love Comic-Con. And so I wanted to launch it as a graphic novel. And so we are launching Ekos Volume 1 graphic novel, and we're using Kickstarter. And the reason is going directly to fans with crowdsourcing is so nice. We didn't have that when I was at Marvel. Like, we can directly talk to people and offer all these cool things that people can collect and be part of the launch of this new universe. So right now, on Monday, we opened up our Kickstarter pre-launch page, and there'll probably be a link in your thing. Everyone that goes to that gets updates. If you sign up, you get updates and you get a free gift. You get a digital version of this for your wallpaper or your computer if you want. If you do this here at Comic-Con, they actually get the art. And it's a way for us to bring people part of the journey, and then we go live with the sales in early September after Labor Day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to see that at New York Comic Con?
Yes, well, actually, New York Comic Con will be right before we close the sales, and then I'll get to work on making the movie, which I think of as cool animation, like Spider-Verse Plus, animation that's for everybody, not just for kids. Spider-Verse did a great job of that, and taking it to like a Marvel movie, PG-13, meets Avatar. So we're going to start with the world of Ekos, and then spin out the characters like Grell and Grace and Aspen. At Marvel, I did the opposite. I started with Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, and then brought them together in the Avengers. But here it's going to be starting with the whole team and everyone together in Ekos. And so it's like Spider-Verse meets Avatar.
So it's going to be a 128-page graphic novel, which is said to lay the groundwork for the new universe, which is going to jump to film and TV.
Exactly.
Are we going to expect to see live action and animation?
For Ekos, we're going to start with this cool animation. I think there's a couple reasons for that. One, it intrigues me. It fits Michael's art so well. And I always thought, I've done so much live action with Marvel, that there isn't a new universe that speaks to the world through cool animation. And I want to have a visual DNA of everything Ekos that looks similar, and that's going to be the visual DNA of Michael Turner and Peter Steigerwald.
Yeah.
Right? And so the movie, you'll be in their world. And whether it's a theme park later on, or a game, or a TV show, whatever it is, you'll see visually a billboard, you'll see that's Ekos. And we'll see our beloved Michael's art and inspirations everywhere, just like you are here at Comic-Con. So I think cool animation for a while, but then you know how things go. Sometimes then it's like, okay, wow, it'd be cool to see a live action version, And so there's so many characters, there's hundreds and hundreds of characters. But the first thing we got to focus on is the greatest graphic novel, the biggest graphic novel of the year, and then making the best movie, because all the promotion and marketing can get people interested, but the movie has to deliver. Mm-hmm. And that's with Iron Man. We built up, no one thought we were going to open big. They thought we were going to open to $30 million the first weekend.
And it changed the world.
Yeah, everyone told me, like, go find another job, And people went to the theater on Friday, and the word of mouth took over, and that was before a lot of the social media now. Mm-hmm. And we ended up doing over 100 million and starting the MCU. So we're really working hard on, this is in fact the first promotion we've done this week. So we're really working on the project and the story, and it comes from passion.
So can we expect to see, is all the work going to be like incorporating like years of like Michael's work, or are we going to see like Peter and some of the other Aspen artists on this book?
Yeah, it's the team we put together on the actual comic book is the Aspen All-Star team. Okay. So Michael's partner with his creative pursuits was Peter Steigerwald, who is, if not the best colorist in the world, in top 5. And luckily Peter's with us, and so Peter's doing the colors. Alex Konat, who's doing the lines, trained under Michael. And JT Krul, who wrote a lot of Soulfire, who knows all the characters really well, is writing this along with me. And so we have an amazing team together, and it's inspired by Michael's work. So you don't have to have read anything to get into Ekos, right? It's all going to be presented as we learn the world together, and Grell learns the world with us, right? And so you don't have to have read anything, and it might not be exactly the storylines from the past. We're inspired by it, but we're using the art and creations that Michael did, and the characters, a lot of them that are beloved. You can see on here, Aspen and Grace are going to be in Ekos, Malachi, Benoist, Canon, plus new characters. So people that know the characters will see their favorite characters, but somebody who's new to it, which my goal for this is to be like the Marvel movies. Most people saw it for the first time in the theaters, and learned about everything. And so people will be able to come to this and be introduced to Michael's art, the visuals, Peter's colors, and these characters, and don't have to know anything beforehand.
And you're expanding on Grell, because we didn't get as much from him, so now he's kind of be, like you said, like the, I guess, pivotal point for the universe. How is he going to kind of like interact with these other characters?
You have to stay tuned for that one. What I've said about this story so far is with Marvel, it was really fun to bring those superheroes and multiverses and other galaxies, the wonder and awe of those things to the world. Ekos will focus on the wonder and awe of this planet. And the story is for everyone to stay tuned. We're really, really excited about it. we might release some teaser story items last week of the campaign for Kickstarter. And I think it'd be fun to include everybody with little pieces of what the story might be. But what I'll say to everyone is I wouldn't do anything if I didn't think it was fresh and relevant for today's age, and something that is differentiated from my babies at Marvel, and that I think a global community of people will love. And I think after a long time, it was during COVID, where I came up with the inspiration for the story, and so that really got us all excited. That's why we're here today.
And in terms of the Kickstarter, like, what are the campaign tiers, kind of different things that you guys are going to offer?
Yeah, so we'll announce the campaign tiers September 10th, but the people who sign up for the pre-launch page will get information along the way. So obviously there'll be a graphic novel, and there'll be also, in addition to the graphic novel, which will be Ekos issues 1, 2, and 3, people will be able to buy the individual issues as well. So this is the first time, to my knowledge, that you can get, if you got Iron Man #1, right? It's obviously, worth a lot. It's a nice thing that's collectible. This is a chance to get Ekos #1, Ekos #2, Ekos 3 as individual comics, and then the collection in the graphic novel, and then cover artists, besides Alex Konat and Peter, you can mention Joe Quesada, Alex Ross, J. Scott Campbell, David Mack, Joseph Pina, so many great people. Sia Yoon, who you probably know, yeah. She had an amazing cover, yeah. And then a lot of bells and whistles. We normally have fun things, whether it be puzzles or whether it be beautiful art prints or metal covers, things that you can choose to collect if you so wish, and some mystery items.
One of my favorite things collecting has always been the Michael Turner art books. I have all of them. Yeah. Are you guys gonna have special books for this, maybe on certain characters or?
That's a good idea. Definitely, I think it'd be fun to. We'll huddle on that. That could be fun to do and give people that want to dive deeper. What I like about this project, and the same with Marvel, is it's a fresh new story for people to learn, but there's a legacy too. And you're referring to the legacy. And people enjoyed that with Marvel. They went to the movies, they discovered it with their friends, and they were like, wait, there's been comics for decades, And they got to deep dive and come to Comic-Con if they wanted to. Others just went to the movies. I'd say that people hear about so many projects, me included, that it's hard to tell where to spend your time, and especially in this era of streaming and social media and short form content, there's just so many things that we can do. And it's most important for people to realize that this is very intentional and authentic, and something that's being done because of the passion and love for this new universe. And so I just recommend everyone to try it, and hopefully we'll deliver something that you really enjoy. And it's the same passion and authenticity that brought me to Marvel to create Marvel Studios. And so I want this to be something that people really embrace and enjoy. And like I said before, the best way to get involved is go to the pre-launch page, and then you're part of the family, and we'll communicate to you, not just for this Volume 1, but for the evolution of Ekos as a entertainment universe, and you can be in on the ground floor. And that would make me, and I think all of us here at Aspen, the happiest.
Oh yeah, back with Ekos. I wanted to ask, how is this going to tie into the whole digital platform that you guys launched?
The art?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The digital art.
Okay. So we launched last year. It's a good question. We launched last year on the 15th anniversary of Iron Man, unique one-of-one digital art pieces that were Michael Turner lines and Peter Steigerwald colors, right? And for example, this was a pencil drawing that Michael made in 2003. Peter colored it last year, right? So we have the team that originally did it, but I mentioned there's going to be a visual DNA of Michael, where you get a sense of what things are. That art project called Ekos Genesis will be the visual DNA of the comic book too, and also of the movies. So there are versions of art in there. For example, Gold and Bold, that version over there, is part of the Ekos Genesis art, you'll see that color scheme also in the graphic novel and eventually in the movie. So it's a good question because everything continues. That was our way to make the visual DNA broader and more options, and it fits the storyline.
And in regards to Mythos Studios, what can we expect in terms of like launching the digital platforms and the like media, like television, animation? Is that going to be like pitched to like streaming services, your own? Like how is that going to work?
That's a good question. At Marvel Studios, in addition to coming up with the creative idea to mix all these characters together and that there should be an MCU, to do that, I came up with the idea that had never been done before for the owners of the properties to finance their own movies. So Marvel, which was a small company just out of bankruptcy, we financed Iron Man. We financed all of those movies. So we owned it financially, but also creatively, and it also meant we could mix our characters together, right? And so I did the same thing after Marvel with the Angry Birds movie with the owners of Angry Birds. And I invented that model basically. So we are going to look at just self-financing and making the project, and also partnerships with studios or streamers, and then pick the best alternative going forward. Our major goal right now is to make the best Ekos film and get it to as many people as possible. And whatever partners can help with that, I'm totally open-minded to talk to.
Super excited. And I love that it's so involved with the actual creators and the artists and the writers who are passionate and have been working with this company for like 20 years. So that's amazing because it's like homegrown and like passion.
Yeah, we've all known each other for almost 20 years now, and I'm the biggest Michael Turner art collector in the world. So it's very authentic, and it's a blast to work with, the people that knew Michael back in the day, and to, we all, Frank and Peter tell me all the time that Michael would be so excited about this new idea of Ekos and the fact of what we're doing here at Comic-Con this week.
Keeping his legacy alive for decades.
Exactly, and expanding it, which he'd want us to do. So it's an honor to take the baton basically and move it forward.
Yeah, it shows the impact that he had on this community. Like everyone, I unfortunately didn't get to meet him in person, but I was a fan of his art, and definitely he's touched so many lives. And I heard he was like the kindest person.
Exactly, and people they don't have to be comic book fans to see Michael's art and appreciate it, which isn't true for all comic art. And so it's nice that he was such a good person, and also his art is so beautiful to everybody. And I can't wait for more people to see it.
Yeah. And any last words?
That's it. Everybody enjoy Ekos, and
support the Kickstarter.
Yeah, please join the pre-launch page and stay tuned. It's going to be a fun ride.
We've reimagined him. It's a brand new book, but Grell lives on it's called an isolated island. And I won't go too far into the plot, but this will be your first glimpse of it. So a special preview that no one else has seen.
All right.
We hope you join us back in September for our Kickstarter project, Ekos, the first volume. And then, we'll be here all year, so basically sign up and get all the updates, get all the information, and check out the absolutely incredible art. It's been inspired by the creation of Michael Turner, and then imagined by David Maisel and Geoff Johns, written by JT Krul, art by Alex Konat, colors by me, inks by Mark Roslan. It's going to be a fantastic, absolutely incredible artistic journey. Come and join us.
Let's go.